Five out of 5 stars. Look what arrived in the mail. This is the Cloth and Paper February subscription box. This came very unexpectedly. I thought that I canceled my subscription and then it arrived, went back and checked. I did not cancel it, so here we are. I get some new stationery this month. This box is large. So let's see what's in here. Now remembering from the promo photos, this is a case, like a carrying case for your stationery, and it's shaped like something that you would maybe get at a coffee shop. So let's take this out and start folding it up. This is cute. It's shaped like a to-go container. It is a pretty thick plastic. I do think you could carry your stationery. I saw a couple of people on social media using this to carry their stationery supplies. So I do think that the thick plastic is durable enough to carry supplies. I want it to lay flat like this. I'm probably gonna have to put some stationery supplies in here so that it can just take shape like the way it should. This is cute. I like the theme, even just this deco card. Cafes. This is very similar to the black faux leather cloth and paper case that I have, this one here. So I think what I'm gonna do is just take out my stationery supplies and pop them in here. I wanna use this. I wanna give it a real shot and try this out. Okay, let's see what else we have here. This is a really cute deco card. Looks like we get some sticky notes. Not that I need any more sticky notes. I like barely use the ones that I have. But, ooh, this is a really pretty color. This is right on theme. I love this shade of, I guess like a tan or brown. Really, really pretty. Let's see, we get more deco cards. We get one set of inserts. These are the half-page ritual insert. Not sure what I would use these for, but I love that I'm adding some A6 inserts to my collection. These are really pretty. This shade of brown here, espresso, is really, really nice. The shape is quite different. I'm gonna have to check their Instagram on how to like, how do you place this on a page or an insert? It looks like you get 3 different sizes. I'm really happy to get some A6 dashboards. This is really pretty. I love that collage in the middle. That's different. I'm not entirely sure what this is. It looks like you get a front and back. So I don't know if you could make a separate journal with this or a separate planner with these. I'm glad that, again, I'm adding things to my A6 collection because I really don't have a ton of options. Pens. Okay, so this is really nice. I like this shade of blue. But this pen here is a Schneider. Ooh, I like the way this one writes. It feels like it's a ballpoint pen, but I don't know, the way that the ink comes out is pretty smooth. This here is a Pilot Pure Liquid Ink High-Tech Point. This has a 0.5 nib. Oh, I like the way this one writes too. I swear we got one like this already, but it was black ink. This is blue. And this is just a really pretty shade of blue. Wow, I really like the pens this month. Okay, last but not least, this is an adjustable notebook pouch. Oh, I see. You wrap this around like the cover of your planner, and then you can put like your pens and any supplies that you need in here. I don't think I like this with my mulberry. It kind of kills the vibe. So no on my everyday planner, but I don't know, let's look at my journal. Oh, I don't know. I love the green. The green is so nice. The planner that I had last year, the Rosie A5 Apple Vegan Leather, this would look so pretty with that. Like, I kind of wish I had this last year. The reason I wanted to cancel my subscription this month, it had nothing to do with like the brand itself, but I just have so much stationery. I don't want to just keep adding things to my collection because I do find that I'm not using it at a rate where I should have a subscription. If anything, I want to be more intentional with my purchases. There's a couple of things that I actually want from Cloth and Paper that I'd like to add to my collection. So I just feel like having a subscription box, it's just too much for right now. There's nothing wrong with the brand, but I will say this box was a bit underwhelming. I guess sometimes there are some boxes that are just, wow, amazing. I feel like you get so much. And then there's like months like this where it's not a lot. Because I do want to try this cute little carrying case. I'm going to move some of this into here. And then I also wanted to journal a bit. I did some backdating last night and I feel like I'm all caught up. So maybe at some point in this video, I'm going to share a flip through of my journal because it really is coming together and I'm really proud with the stuff that I'm putting in here. I mean, I know I've talked about it in the past, like how I use a Hobonichi A6 Original as my journal, but I can talk about it again because I feel like if there are new people here, you're probably curious as to how I use this as a journal. So I might do that this week as well. But yeah, let's fill this little to-go tray now. It's really, really cute. I love just how this looks aesthetically. It is really, really nice. However, I am more of a minimal planner, so I don't even use not even half of these supplies. I think the only items that I use out of this bunch are the stickers. These are the things that I use probably every week. And then the pens that I use are attached to my planner and my journal. So that's why having a pencil case isn't the best. And that's why I like my black cloth and paper faux leather case, because it fits my notebooks and my planner. And then of course the couple pieces of stationery that I use routinely. So just for the sake of aesthetics and showing off this product, which is why I stuffed it with a bunch of random stuff, not entirely random, like the products that I have in this section here, they're A6 inserts. It's nice just to have them out in case I ever need them. And then I have the stickers that I use every week. I have a pencil case here with a bunch of really pretty pens, a highlighter. The other side, I have my smaller pencil cases plus the small one that I just received. And then in this pocket here are all of my stationery that I use for annotating while I'm reading. So again, I don't use this all the time. I could probably use this for the book that I'm currently reading because I am taking a bit of notes, but I'm more so taking notes here in my journal and not in the book. But I will say this is very, very cute, like really, really pretty. I love how it looks when there's a bunch of items in this product. However, I don't know how practical this will be. As I said, I'm just more of a minimal planner. I don't really need much when I'm planning. So what I am thinking is using this product as decor in my office. I think this would look beautiful on my bookshelf. I am loving the weather today. I hate to sit here and talk about the weather, but we just don't get rain very often. So when we do, it's just extra cozy. I really, really love it. Like, it's just so moody and relaxing. I just want to curl up in a blanket. And actually, today is the perfect day to start a new hobby. haven't talked in detail about my 2025 journal. If you've been watching my videos for, I would say a year, maybe a little over a year, what I'm about to share will sound familiar. I want to talk in detail about how I use my A6 Hobonichi Original as a journal. And it doubles as a daily journal and a commonplace journal. And I use commonplace very loosely, because it's really a catch-all. Let's start with the format. Obviously, I don't use the Hobonichi A6 Original as a planner, as most people would, but the time blocking section, I will show you here. Let's actually go to a blank page. The time blocking column is for daily journaling, so what is written here matches with the date. The column to the right is for, as I said, commonplacing, or it's a catch-all. It's just whatever I run into, I'm placing here. And that could either be journal entries, books, so sometimes notes, reviews, quotes that just speak to me, research, so articles, additional notes, and then very last is memory keeping, and that will usually include photos. I use dot stickers to indicate what exactly the entry is. As I said, it could be either of these things. The very first entry is actually a memory keeping. So I'm gonna pop a red dot sticker right here. Oh, and these are also memory keeping as well. Alrighty, let's also talk about the rest of the planner, because this planner does come with a year at a glance. You get 2025, the current year that we're in, the year before, 2024, and then next year, 2026. This section here reminds me so much of a future log, but you can also use this for a number of other things. Maybe it's tracking a habit, or maybe something more specific. What I'm going to use this section for is to archive my entries. So that means that, I have these small dot stickers that are much smaller than the ones that I'm using for the actual entries. I'm going to pop the small dot stickers in the appropriate spot so that this section matches with my actual entries. Because what if I'm looking for something very specific, a very specific quote or an entry? It'll be very easy to find it if I just archive my entries in this section. And then lastly, you get a monthly overview. I have no idea what to use the monthly overview section for. I'm thinking tracking habits, specifically working out. This year, my main goal is turning fitness, working out into a lifestyle. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. And then the following section, as I've said, are the daily entries. So this is more of a daily planner. You don't get a weekly overview. I am going to archive my entries in this future log section. The dot stickers don't fit perfectly in the square. They overlap just a little bit, but it'll do. This looks good. This is exactly how I wanted it to be. Probably have to work on the monthly overview another time, but let's just do a little flip through of my journal. I just absolutely love how my journal is looking at the start of the year. Like, I am gravitating towards it. I'm journaling in here. Do I write a full daily entry every time? No, but I am doing it consistently enough that I don't fall behind on the daily journaling. Let's say I don't have time to write a full entry at the end of the night. Sometimes I'll just write a sentence here at the top of what I would like to journal about, and then I will backdate it another time. The reason you see all of these book covers here is because these are all of my book reviews of the books that I've read in January. Most of these are in January. I think I started this one in February, yeah. And I'm finishing this up hopefully today. This here is an article by Joan Didion. And then I have some notes here from The God of the Woods. And then the night of the Super Bowl, my friend was over with her family and my sister and her kids. I took out all of my old stationery, stickers, vintage journaling, and we just went crazy on our notebooks. Like, it was actually a lot of fun putting these together. It's been a really long time since I've done something like this, but it was really nice having the space for it. This isn't going to be like a consistent thing throughout my journal, but it's just nice revisiting some of my old supplies. And it was also nice sharing my stationery supplies with everyone because I have so much of it. Even just all of us adults and then the kids using my stationery supplies, I don't even think we made a dent in my supplies. So there's still just so much to use. I still have some journaling to do here, but I'll probably fill that at a later time. That is January in my journal, and I just love how this turned out. The pen that I'm using to write in my Hobonichi is the Uni Hobonichi Techo pen. This came in my order. I just really like this pen, and I also think that some pens will smear because of the paper. So just to play it safe, I just want to use the pen that it came with. I'm not too crazy about this color wave, the orange and yellow. It's a bit bright for me, but it gets the job done, and I'm happy to write with it. Honestly, at this point, I just don't even notice the colors. Not everything has to be aesthetic. Like, it's a very practical product. But yeah, that is a flip through of my journal. Five out of 5 stars. This was such a good read. I am so glad because I started this book last month. I am so glad that I restarted the book. It is so good. The God of the Woods is about a young girl who goes missing from a camp. The reason I had to restart it was because I was just taking a much longer time to get into it. But I think once you get into it and you learn the characters, because I will say this book, this story is very heavy on the characters. I mean, there are so many characters. It's kind of hard to keep up with. So I took notes. All my character notes. I had to take notes because sometimes a character that was mentioned in the beginning wouldn't be mentioned again for another 50 pages. And then I was like, wait, the name is familiar, but I don't know who this is. Taking notes was extremely helpful. I know some people don't like it when there's too many characters, but I really, really liked it. I think when there are too many characters, it could be a problem, but each character in this story was well-rounded. I mean, it felt like real people. I felt like I was watching a TV show. Matthew McConaughey needs to play one of these characters in this book. It is just such a beautiful read. It's one of those stories I feel is going to stay with me forever. I think I will think back on this story for many years, and I would probably read this book again. On that note, I am rereading a book that helped me get back into reading many, many years ago, and it's a book that I think about often. It's called Shanghai Girls by Lisa C. It's about two sisters who migrate from China to the US, and it takes place 1930s. 1950s, something like that. Just a beautiful story about sisterhood. In addition to Shanghai Girls, I am starting Rebecca. This is the book that we picked for book club. This here is a classic. I've never read this one. The reason we picked this is because apparently Taylor Swift read this book right before she wrote Folklore Evermore, and it is said that Tolerate It and No Body, No Crime are inspired by this story. So I'm excited to start it. My sister started it and she said it's really slow and a little boring, but I'm like, it's a classic. I feel like all of them are like that. And then they have like this really deep, profound way of telling a story. So I'm hoping to start this either tonight or tomorrow. But anywho, that is it for this week's vlog. I will see you all in the next one.